Well, I had to weigh in on this conversation because, well, let's be honest, what a travesty. As you guys know, if you've watched long enough, you'll know that I'm, or was, a huge Star Wars fan. Was being the important word there. Disney's really mucked it up, haven't they? And I mean, I've been saying this for ages. I've pointed out all the problems with the sequel trilogy and so on and so forth, but it just gets worse. It gets worse. I thought things couldn't really get any worse after we had the sequel trilogy. But you know, when you look at things like Ahsoka, which was awful, and then the Acolyte, which, oh my god, I mean, that absolutely broke Star Wars, didn't it? I mean, what on earth was that? What was that? And where did all that money go? I mean, they're definitely laundering money. There's no way that they spent that much money on that show. I'm sorry, but there's no way. And then, of course, we had the disastrous Mandalorian season 3, where the Mandalorian becomes almost a background character in his own show. You know, it all becomes about the female, because of course it does. It's Disney Star Wars. It always is. It's, you know, girl boss central, isn't it? And so it's kind of boggled my mind when they then decided, oh, we're going to do a Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And it's like, why? Why have you picked that of all things? No one cares. You managed to tell us in the third season of Mandalorian, which was awful, by the way, not just because he was pushed to the background, it was just shit. But you've managed to destroy a character, and you've got this annoying little baby Grogu green thing running around. Well, is it running around? I don't know. I mean, it's a puppet. But no one cares about these characters anymore because they've been destroyed. Why would we care? You know, why do we want a film about this? Well, the answer is we don't. We don't want a film about this. They released the first trailer. I watched it and I thought, yeah, it's all right. But all it looks like to me is 2 episodes of The Mandalorian squished together, which is exactly how it looked. However, I thought, you know, I'm going to wait. Let's wait and see what else comes out. There'll be trailers later on. And of course, we all knew the Super Bowl was coming up. And that's where this video's going. So we was all expecting a trailer at the Super Bowl. And what did we get? Well, we got a beer commercial. It wasn't actually a beer commercial, guys, just in case none of you have seen it. But it was, the idea of the trailer was based around old Budweiser adverts, where I used to have people sitting on horses and carts riding along. And basically what they decided to do was they decided to have the Mandalorian and Grogu sitting on a floating sled being pulled by 4 tauntauns. Because you remember, guys, tauntauns from the Star Wars you did like? Remember berries there, right? Yeah, they obviously thought if they slapped something in there that we all recognise, we'd all go mad. And of course, that's not what happened, is it? You've got a film coming out in May 22nd. You really should be pushing this film by now. And you give us a imitation beer commercial, which really doesn't show us anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, the narration's really good. It sounds like, I think it's Sam Elliott that's voicing it. I don't know if it is, but it certainly sounds like him. It's got a definite Western type vibe to the way he's talking. That part's really good, but other than that, it's terrible. I mean, you can see also on that trailer, there's certain shots where you can see from behind the Mando, and you can see that they're using the volume, you know, that big screen monstrosity, and it just looks blurry. It looks terrible. Something that's that close to him shouldn't look like it's right in the distance, yet it does, because you're filming a screen. It just looks awful. So what were you thinking, guys? You know, you finally got Kathleen Kennedy out. He was in a position where maybe you could start bringing this franchise back up. I say maybe because I'll be honest, I don't think much is going to change there. I really don't. But you was in a situation now where you could start pushing the franchise again, and you give us this. What makes it worse is when you find out how much they paid for this advert. $10 million. $10 million for a imitation beer commercial that doesn't tell us anything about this film that's coming out. So you've got to ask yourself, why should I care? Well, the easy answer is, I don't. Disney, Lucasfilm basically took that out of me a long time ago. I was a massive Star Wars fan. I am not anymore. And you can just see that the same things are happening over and over again. They're repeating their same mistakes. It's never going to get better. Star Wars is dead, and this trailer was ridiculous. What a waste of money. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, take care, stay safe. Nerdy Geezer out.